the woman says, for example, all you men are the same. So is it us now that has to prove to them that we're not?
Like, because back in the day, you said, "Oh, that guy's easy. He can't be my friend." But you got to, like, he's useful in other ways, maybe. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
I got some friends that they'll fight anytime and they're down for it and all that. Yeah, but I can't do nothing with them. There's problems.
Yeah, no.
There's problems.
It's erratic. You can't have that.
Yeah, they don't know how to manage. They don't know how to talk
I had
to
a few
people.
friends like that. We used to go raving.
Cold
and
switch.
Yeah.
You go raving, they want to fight with Dorman. You go raving, not being let in, you got trainers on, they're profiling us, I'll do this. Oh, we're thinking, nah. But Shaun is disrespect, said, nah, we're getting too old for this. I'm not fighting with Dorman. You see it constantly just because you're in a bad mood or you had too much to drink or you don't like the fact that they think there's too much man coming in and they want more women. Come on, man. It's not the end of the world. It's not like it's an A-list club or there's a pot of gold inside. It don't make no sense, but when he's getting above, above the age of 27, 28 and he's still like that, nah, I can't, I just put them down. All my friends like that, I put them down after that. Because I used to be the one held in the bag or, getting them head bust or having to fight 4 or 5 men after they run up their mouth. And they got the tissue paper in their ass running away. You see it? Yeah.
What age do you think, would you say men mature?
I don't think there's an actual...
There's not no set age.
No, there's no set age.
No, but what are we classing as maturing though? Like, as in, stuff that you used to do back in the day that you think is childish, and now we're not doing it, or as in, nah, man, you should just know you shouldn't do that.
I think that one, when you're just sensible. Like, everything you do is sensible. Like, boring, bro. There's a lot of people that do that though.
Yeah, they may be more stable, but once you're mischievous and you're not having a laugh, people could say that, look, we're laughing now. Maybe say, oh, them man, they're moist, they're laughing too much. Yeah, so thing. You can't, because that's how you keep yourself young and real. So I mean, if you're miserable in the misery guts all the time, then what's the point?
This is my point.
Just to keep a masquerade on.
Nah, but but I'm with you, but like, I'll be up playing PlayStation till 4 AM. I'm too old for that.
You're not.
Am I not?
No, bro.
It's not sensible. So technically,
Why is it not sensible? If say if he works nights, so he's got his own company and he makes his money, his bills are paid, he doesn't smell mad, his house is clean, his kids are okay. Why is that not sensible?
It's just not what you would attribute. Alright, cool. So let's say, alright, when you think of sensible and you think of a man that's like that is sensible, you don't see him playing.
What, guy's bed at 8 o'clock?
But bed at 8 o'clock, he's got glasses, he wears shirt and he tucks his shirt into his trousers.
Wakes up and does push-ups.
Yeah, but that's how we've been conditioned.
Yeah, like of course, but that's the status quo, innit? That's the normal.
I'll never.
So like, so whenever you.
So how does Mark Zuckerberg operate then? He's in charge of Meta, and then man they play metaverse game. I get what you're saying. But them man are on a different.
And they're already successful.
They're already. So we're talking about like the average man you see, normal job, just a normal guy, because that guy's not normal. He's top 1% of the top 1%. So there's nothing.
But I've funny enough, I've got a mixed race cousin. He's got a business that he's on there 2 years, and his turnover is already over 100,000, and he works too, but he games regularly into the night. He's woman monks.
So you can make the argument that his company would be better if he didn't play PlayStation.
No,
probably, but you can't. It's not always. You can't equate it to being someone not making money.
It's his mental health.
Yeah, because that's his escape. I understand that about him, because I used to say, well, you play it too often, man. And some of these games I don't even know. I said, I stopped playing games consoles from like Xbox, the first.
You know what? Let's go
360.
So what do you do to because you know what I see gaming, like you see like men, you're in your mind a lot, innit? I suppose, because we're thinkers, innit? And gaming frees the mind. Do you get what I mean? I don't have to worry about the woes and the responsibilities for this moment.
That's what I said. Escape.
So what's your
unwinding?
Yeah, what's your
escapism?
No, I don't know. Is
maybe I read and before the knee I run. That's what
running all like
and reading as well. Yeah, that's why I noticed my mind calms down. I don't have no background thoughts that distract me.
What do you read? Like what type of books? Because I don't want to hear no fuckery. Like,
no. When I was young, sci-fi stuff. Star Wars, Dune.
Is it?
Yeah. Before Dune became a film, I used to read that quite heavy. Obviously the Bible. I read the Quran, Torah. Yeah,
What,
I was
young?
averaging from young. Yeah, from young I was. That's one of the first
And you
things I
kept
know
it
from
up?
young.
Because I used to read when I was young, but it kind of...
No, to be fair, I had a knucklehead phase. I say between 14 and 18, I got like a real knucklehead. But one of my white friends brought me back. We was in the ancient history A-level at Graveney in Tooting, and he said, "Shaun, look at this thing." I said, "Nah, I don't read them geek stuff there." He said, "Shut up, Shaun. I heard you talking about Star Wars."
Yeah, facts.
And I said, "Yeah, for real." And then he said, "Look at this new one." And then from then I started reading again prolifically. So I only had about 4 years when I wasn't really reading.
Okay.
But that's when I noticed my dialogue and the way to speak.
Yeah,
deteriorated.
then
I found it harder to study as well.
Yeah. There's words you use that I know you read. But now, not when you're growing up, what type of books you read now? Because I only...
mostly finance ones now. And
yeah, I only read self-help books.
And biography.
Like
Yeah, no.
Like when I hear people reading, like, you know, like 50 Shades of Grey and all that.
No.
Why are you reading that? That's stupid. How does that benefit and help your life?
Fun enough, my first member tried to get me to read The Secret by that Kawasaki. Said,
I've seen that. I've seen that. Every house I see that.
It's a self-help. It's a self-help. Said all that is like basically you read what you sow, and if you believe, you can achieve. That's all it is. So I said I don't need to read that. I read the Bible as a kid. So all that is repackaged it instead of having Jehovah, Jesus, or Muhammad or whatever. So all they're doing is like, you know, manifestation, humanists, you know, your own will. You are basically the God you see, and whatever you believe, you said, oh, that's the repackaging. That's all they've done.
If you have to recommend a book right now for, let's say, a man aged, let's say my age, I'm 37, to read, like a first book to pick up and read, to kind of get him on the straight and narrow.
The Empathy Gap. The Empathy Gap.
I'm gonna read that.
By Will Collins. But it's about the disadvantage of men in modern society.
Okay.
Yeah,
The Empathy Gap, yeah?
Yeah, The Empathy Gap, Will Collins. I'd say that's a key book, especially that you being in this space, and you get a lot of them back and forth with the women. When they say we're privileged and we know we're operating at a higher level than them and we got this special favour over them, that's not the case at all. It's not the case. And then, you know, when we talk amongst ourselves about it, they said, that's you, that's your experience. So I said, obviously, we'll go to the research now. And it's not no newspaper one or a survey done online. So this is peer reviewed over decades. So you have to have academics programming the pattern and saying, all right, we're gonna have a test subject so we can't get people in that we know we're gonna say what we want. So that control group, they can get a better representation of what's going on. And it shows you we're underprivileged. The average man is underprivileged.
That's a fact.
And the average woman is very privileged, especially in the West. USA, Canada, UK, Australia. You see what I mean? Italy, Spain, that's the fact. You got the Istanbul Convention 2016, where they make women as protected category. It's thing. Even the Equalities Act 2010 over here. You see, they say we're supposed to be as minorities, but there's a ranking to it. Minorities last, I'd say trans next, then gay and lesbian, and then women number one. Because they say they're more likely to be physically abused, more likely to be killed in the abusive situation. So they're the most protected characteristics. Even though we're supposed to be we're at the bottom of it.
No, but they're more vulnerable than us, I suppose. And is that a fact? Women don't get physically abused more than men.
Yeah, but that's what they like
in
to say.
In relationships or domestic, maybe. But I mean,
in same-sex relationships, so with women, the DV rates are higher than it is with
that's right.
Man and woman relationship.
No, I heard that. But when you said physically abused, I'm just thinking about violence, innit? So you're telling me there's more women being... Like, men have fights more than women, no?
Yeah, but they're saying between, like, men and women.
Oh, yeah.
Not
like,
man and man,
cross,
not man and men.
Yeah. Alright, so of course, cross relationship.
So man and man is not...
It's not included.
No, they don't include that because they say we're moronic, we've got too much testosterone, it's part of our conditioning. So, who cares? Let them kill it. That's basically the attitude. Let them kill each other because they're aggressive and they deserve it. But not the fragile women. No, we can't do that. You can't. You
know what's mad though? Because there are some women that are fragile that need protection.
Yeah, of course. But there's man like that as well.
Yeah, true. Yeah, but I think we have to let them just go on though.
You sound like a book. You sound like a book.
Like what book?
What he's explaining.
Oh, I lack empathy. Yeah. Yeah, but only the strong will survive, bro.
When I was young, my mother used to beat me more than my father.
Same.
Yeah, there you go. And there's a few people in our community as I grow up that tell me the same things. So I said, So no wonder why you get these brothers that grow up, they got a disdain of their mother, and then they do the next woman say this is why they objectify you because all they see is a walking front, walking pom pom. So I said, apart from that, you're nothing. That's why you get the dehumanizing thing, and this is what they don't like. But I said that's because usually bad parenting for the mother, and they're like, oh, you know, this woman reigned over me for years. Whoop, they're living their lives out of me, not emotionally available. So I'm only interested in sex. So this is where you get the objectification that they're talking about, but they don't look at the reasons why. They just think, oh, you're rotten, you're a bad seed, you're morally inferior to us, so you must be neutered. We've got to clip your nuts. You see what I mean? So this is what's effectively happening. Yeah.
Go on, Chinks, what you gonna say?
Something you said. So you see how you said some men only view women for front, yeah? And maybe this is the misogynist in me.
Yeah.
But isn't that the woman's job to show him more if she wants something with him?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you know what I mean? Because if I assume all you're good for is front, and in dealing with you, all I see that you're good for is front, isn't that a you thing to, if you want to go with me and proceed with me?
But remember, that's not the way they're doing it now, isn't it? They're saying women is the prize, so we must battle for it. You see what I mean?
So let's play devil's advocate now. Now, if the woman says, for example, all you men are the same, so is it us now that has to prove to them that we're not?
No, because I don't want nothing from you. I'm not in nothing with you. Why am I proving myself to some stranger whose opinion I don't care about? If you're my person or my partner, yeah, your voice is valid, but other than that, like, basing your behaviour off of what a woman thinks, especially if it's not your woman, is quite absurd, because they're not the most balanced individuals all the time. Like, women can act a certain way, and they can just go, ask my time with a month, and everybody must just adhere and blight it. Do you get what I mean? Men don't get that. I don't get to use some chemical imbalance to justify being a cunt for a period of time.
My woman's doing that right now as we speak. Right now as we speak, bruv. She did that today.
Funny enough, you said that. I told her about a girl about that the other day. So we have hormone imbalances as well. That leads to psychopathy and sociopathy.
I'm hormonal, this, that, and the else. Like,
if you said that, you're feminine.
Yeah, but they tell you with our testosterone, they said the levels makes us more.
You're sassy, man.
Yeah, well, word. That's American. I know the Americans are coming with this sassy. I've only seen that recently. This American thing's coming over here now with this sassy behavior, but obviously testosterone makes us masculine. It makes our hair grow, it makes our balls drop, it makes our voice deeper, it makes us physically stronger. That's why they ban the trans man from fighting women. Did you admit?
Big up Trump.
Yeah, exactly. See, so they said because of the disparity, they know that. But obviously, when it comes to conflict situations, they don't want us to be able to use that excuse like they can, because that's the female privilege. We must just suffer and get whipped on our back. You see what I mean? Yeah. So we gotta have a better balance. To be fair, we gotta have a better balance. But
there'll never be balance, though. There'll never be equality. Never.
No, they won't. But we must strive for it, though.
Why should we try for something that's not obtainable? Is it not?
Because that's how we progress, isn't it? It's not an unattainable goal. It's like you don't want to get better at the podcast, isn't it? You want to make more money. We constantly strive because that's how we improve. Imagine if we had the horse and carriage now, and we said, you know, when there's no such thing as cars, we can never fly. And the men that tried and felt like, oh, what are you doing that for? It's a waste of time. That's how we progress, because we're constantly striving. We've gone from, you know, stone clubs and horse and cart to having motorized vehicles going to outer space. That's how we progress.
Okay, so the purpose isn't necessarily a place. Like, there's no point in time.
You never reach it, but we still strive.
But the purpose is just to have purpose, just to do it. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So, like, what would you, when you say equality for men? Yeah, what does that look like? So, what's what's the perfect world? What's a Barbie world where everything's? I think
the perfect world isn't equality per se, but it's where everyone does.
Because we're not equal.
No, we're not. But exactly. But I think when we lean more,
equally as important.
Yeah, but I think when we lean more into our what's the word? What's the word where you've got skills that like offset each other. So like you might not be able to build a shelf, but then I'm a gardener. No, what's the word? I'm trying to think of it.
You know what you're saying though.
I'm trying to.
You complement each other's
complementary skills. So when you lean more into your complementary skills, that's you work in harmony, you work in tandem, as opposed to like I don't know,
trying to get everyone to be at the same level in every skill. You can't work like that.
Yeah,
you'd be better at something that I'm not as good at, and then I might be better at something that you're not good at. Yeah, and we accept that and we work together.
Yeah, but in the same way, like I'm not a massive advocate for men being oversensitive and sharing their feelings and stuff in a way, because from my perspective,
I don't think any man should be.
Yeah, because I think that's for a woman to do per se, and it's like. It's never been safe to do that. I don't think there's ever an environment where it's safe to as a man sit there and be like, you know, I've had a bad day today, and it's all going wrong.
It's just not productive.
You know, it's not helpful.
Because you got to find a solution at some point. The process of having an issue and getting past it is you discover there's an issue, you brainstorm or work out a plan to get past it, and then you get past it, or you get over it, or you solve it. So this woe is me, pity is me is just delaying you from because I know it's like, you ever been like, say you're a gal or someone now, yeah, and she has an issue, or she's talking about something she has an issue with, innit? But it could be, let me say an example, I don't know, like there's an issue with someone at work, or
you missed the bus,
or something, you know what I'm saying, something like that.
I know you just did that.
No, but you get, so say for example, you missed the bus, you're gonna be late now.
Do you know why you say Mr. Bus?
Yeah, no, of course I do.
Okay.
Yeah, but you missed the bus, you're gonna be late now, and it's woe is me, like, I ain't got the bus, I'm gonna be this late, I'm not gonna make it for this and this and that. Now you're frozen in a dwelling situation. You're just piling on and making it worse and worse and worse. When really and truly, if you get your out of that, and then you, so like, no, I'm forgetting what I'm saying. So say that your gal's saying that that's the issue now, yeah, and she's on the phone to you, and you're like, yeah, but alright, so when's the next bus? What time you got to be there? Can you call anyone? Can you make it, like, I'm trying to solve the issue, but some women will be like, and this is probably a bad example for this.
No, it's a good example.
But you know what I mean? But it's like,
you don't care.
You're not listening to me. Like I'm telling, like she's fixated on the fact she's missed the bus. Like no matter how much you fixate on this bus, you're not catching this bus. So now you're wasting time. Do you get what I mean?
Energy as well.
You're wasting time and energy, and you're still not getting further on your journey. But what was it? I think it was my sister, and I was on the phone to someone. And she's like, yeah, she just wants you to hear her out. She don't want a solution.
No,
and I'm just like, so
I don't
know how to. I don't know how to operate in that. We're just wasting time.
You say that though, but I think men have always been like that. It's just that no one spoke about it, or they marginalise men like that. The men's always been like that. My old man was a dweller, constantly dwelling in the past, carrying on. I had a few friends that were like that, and I used to say, come on, look, we can go on, we're on benefits now, we can go and get a job, we can do this when you're young. No, that's you, I'm not into that. I said, yeah, but the thing is, then you're stuck in the same place. I've got friends now in their 40s that I said, look, do this little crypto thing. Nah, that's boat sell, the price too high. And then I said, no. But I said, but you're not doing nothing with the money. And then you're moaning about you being brass, how you ever gonna escape this financial trap? There's always been people like that. It's just that the manosphere and the red pill going like, yeah, it's macho, man. We don't never explain our feelings. We never moan, we never dwell, we're always marching forward. But a lot of them in their private moment, I've seen that some of them, man, they drop down. Or they just don't let you see. Yeah, or they might go and they confide in someone that they think they're close. And they do say, I feel down, things are not going my way. They do. I think
that's the only way to do it though. Because I don't think like you should ever, again, it's a contradicting opinion, but I don't think you can ever confide in your partner like that. Like I don't think like you could be on your worst day and then tell her. I think that's terrible. That's the worst thing you could do. Because but in the same time, it doesn't excuse you from, just because you're not meant to display your feelings doesn't mean you can't be empathetic. Because I think when you're empathetic, you can see the problems around and kind of solve them a bit better. If that makes sense.
I agree,
but
I agree with that.
Yeah, I don't think telling your missus that you're having a bad day is a good idea.
Do you think they weaponise it? Because I know that's what a lot of people say, they weaponise it.
To a large extent, yeah. But a lot of the time, I don't even think it's intentional. I feel like they're just emotional. So like, because they're upset, they'll just say anything. Like, because they might be particularly, they might be particularly upset with you because you did something or whatever, and it's like, I want to hurt you now, so I'm gonna use, this hurts you, boom.
That's horrible.
Your dad's the same.
Yeah, but see, this is what I guess where they say it's sassy, innit? The girl tell me anything like that, and I'm in the mood, I'd run them. See, so where a lot of my men, they say lash out at them and carry on about, I said, no, you're never going to catch a case of me lashing out a girl like that. But I said, I can turn them into nervous wrecks with my mouth. I said, that's something I learned from my mother. So I said to cuss, tell them about the underneath, cuss, clocked. So don't run them, Joe. Even like one time I said, look, one of them I used to do, I said, when I come in from work, don't bother me too tough, because especially this place, I don't really like it. And
that's what she said to you, you said it to her?
Yeah, no, I told her that because she used to come in like straight away, like, I'm coming from work, I don't want to hear all that. So I used to go to my room or sometimes play championship manager or pro Evo.
Big up.
Yeah. And me carrying on, and one day she said, what's wrong with you? You're like you're feeble and that. I said, hold on, listen.
You say you're feeble or feeble?
Yeah, feeble. Okay. I said, listen, I'll put you out on the street, Yeah, so she said, shut up. She must have hit me in my handbag, I'll put her out the door, mate. They said, go on me, slag. Yeah, said, go on, go to your yard. Yeah. So you must think you're talking to your dirty drawers. Yeah. No. Yeah. So I guess they say that's actually, but what's the alternative? Are you going to beat the living daylights? You can't beat the living daylights out of them, can you? So I said, and I'm not going to sit there and be a stonewall while she's chipping at me and chirping in my ear. Eventually I'm going to say, shut your mouth.
Alright, so for the man that ain't as sensible as us now, how do you deal with that if that's her yard?
I've always had my own place. So I don't know. To be fair, I guess when I lived with my parents,
go for a walk.
You gotta get stone chipped, bro. To death.
No, obviously I used to have it with my mother. My mother used to do that on the road.
I'll take the keys as well.
Yeah, and she used to lock me out and that, and I used to say, boy, you know, I've humbled myself in the bed, but I couldn't take it. I could only take it for so long, and then I would chirp again. I said, Mum, you're getting on my nerves, man. You're getting on my nose. I'm putting up with that. You get your husband to do it. I ain't doing that foolishness. I'm not here to be your husband. I'm your son. So I used to do stuff like that. I said, then don't tell me about no monkey face, no ugly. He said, because if anyone's ugly around here, it's you. So I used to do stuff like that. Yeah, I used to do stuff like that. Yeah.
Fucking
yeah. So it's
relentless.
But after me, obviously you got to kind of temper it. But yeah, you have to be able to trap them in your mouth.
What age did you realise your parents weren't perfect?
I'd say about 7. They used to whip me, innit? I used to talk out of turn, I used to get whooped, I used to get belted. But the thing is, they kind of like that about me, because obviously when I used to defend my family now, I said, I'm not having them talk, or we used to fight days like that, but when it was directed at them, I was the devil incarnate.
For true.
I feel, I think I said it before on the podcast, what's the worst thing you said to your mum? Because mine was, this was, even now, when I don't even like saying it, I can't remember how old I was, but I said, I wish you were dead. Mum was like, don't worry, one day I will be. And then, not like it only hit me maybe when I was like 10, that I understood, like, raw. Like my nan used to say to me, don't say that. It's like, I wish you would, because I wanted to do something, she wouldn't let me do it. And I'm thinking, all I was thinking is, if you're dead, I can do it, because now we're letting me do it. Obviously that was how I was
to be fair, though,
growing up, innit?
I threatened to clap at both my parents, to be fair, and my siblings, when I've had my temper tantrums when I was younger. I said, I'll blast up everybody then. Yeah.
That's gotta be worse, come on. I'm just wishing it. That is something.
Yeah, but I've never done that. See, unlike other men, I know other men that put their hands on their parents.
You can't play Street Fighter for another 15 minutes, it's crazy.
It was probably that as well, bro. It was probably that.
I don't think I've said anything, let me think. I don't think I've said anything mean to my mum.
Yeah, you're good, see. Remember, some mums are better than others, you know. Remember that, some mums are better than others.
No, I just not. I'm probably one of them, man, when she closed the door.
No, my mother and father would see through the door. I mean, if I used to huff and puff and go, clap. You see it?
No, but you know what's mad though? My mum used to bust my ass though. Like proper. So I knew I can't talk out of turn with my mum. She fucked me up. That's
why my parents used to whip me with the curtain wine, all them right there.
It got to a stage, my mum used to have to look at me. I'm like, do you know what? I know what that look means. I don't want no smoke, it's long.
You know what's mad? You ever had to lie to a teacher?
Yeah, of course, because I didn't want to get beat, I remember year 6 at middle school, and I must have pushed someone off their bike, as a dare, and they said they're going to tell my mum, and I said, no, please, don't tell her. Don't tell her, because them time, she was in her prime, and the whip.
Yeah, it's a bumper. In her prime.
Nah. See this scar, yeah? Trust me, it weren't because I fell off. It weren't because I fell over, it's because my mum.
No, to be fair, even when I got tasted.
You used to say that?
No, I'm saying that's what you could have said.
No, to be fair, even when I used to get tasted in the street, and I thought, I'm punching out a few men on the road now. And one day my mum said, you talk to. You thinking about that now, them really? And I thought, what are you talking about? I said, shut up. And she threw the slippers at me and said, what's the old fool doing? Next minute I was on the floor. She threw it in my seat, innit? And I was on the floor and she said, no matter how big he is, boy, we can bring you law. So and them time there I was like 15? About 6'1". Yeah. She threw it and I thought, what's she doing? And from the kitchen as well, precise. And I was on the floor. So she said, she was tasty with it, my mum.
Yeah, I was out with my mum's house before 15.
Serious.
Got rid of me, boy. One day, I never got beaten for long, one day I did something wrong. And then she tried to like box me and I was like, what are you doing? This don't work no more. And then she stopped at me and looked at me and she just shouted, go to your room. And I didn't realise at the moment, when she said go to your room, that was fair. Because in that moment, and then within the same week, I was living with my dad. That was the last, that was it. I was the end of that.
Did you ever go back?
Weekends and stuff like that.
Oh,
but yeah. She's like,
no, my parents both lived together, so there was no escape. If I run away from one, the other one will whoop me too. So you're cheeky, bang out harder, boy. Tech shot.
What's I grew up with my parents not in the same house, yeah, and I liked it because I could play them off each other. What's it like with both of them in the same home? I think is it more difficult?
To be fair, my dad used to be more patient with us, but then when he used to erupt, it was serious. It was serious.
You know what's mad? Is your dad more patient because he understands that your mum's unreasonable?
I think sometimes because of his mood, you know. And then he would, when my mum used to go over the top, he would like, oh, you're going a bit too far. But then he would go over the top. My mum would then fight with him. That's what's weird. My mother would like fight with tussle like fist to fist.
Yeah.
But then next minute you're whipping as well. So I think it very much depends on their mood on the days at work, because I know the pressure that they're under to keep the roof over our heads at them time there. I could see they were taking bad up at work. So when they come in and we get on their nerves now, we're vulnerable because we're the kids, and that's what's bad in our community households.
I think my dad scared my mum, even up to this day, even though they're not together. I think my dad was scared of my mum because there'll be times my mum would say something, my dad would just go into a little shell, bro, and I'd be like, "You're the man, dad. What's going on? Why can't you tell mum to
some
cool
people
off
don't
or
feel
something?"
like that. Remember, physical strength. When they
You
come to
can't
aggression,
use it, innit?
yeah, they might, and then some people are
Yeah,
not
but
aggressive.
at least have a little
Chirp at
mouth
them
or
like
something. Something.
You know what? I feel like I'm getting there, because I'm an argumentative person, innit? And like I can do all of that stuff and find the errors in your way and all that. But now I've been arguing for 45 minutes and then I'm right, but it don't matter that I'm right because you're in your feelings. And now I've just wasted my time, and now I have to apologise.
Yeah.
So I've just got to the point where I just resume and just continue. Like I don't even I did this. Sorry.
You think that's maturing?
I can't bother with it. It's a lose-lose. It's literally a lose-lose. There's no. What am I gaining? The methods which I use, which is logic, to have discussions and move forward in situations. You don't. I can't go over there because I'm not an emotional person like you. You're gonna run rings around me. So whatever you say, just it's like disarming you. It's just whatever you gotta say. Yeah, you're right. Done.
Yeah, see, you got a reasonable woman that could never work with some of the girls out there and my mother, because the way they see it, until you change your behaviour, they're on you. You could say a thing, if you're doing what we'll whip you. I remember one time, Championship Manager, they used to lock it up in the room. We used to be in the living room, the room we couldn't go in. But when they used to be there, I used to get the screwdriver and kind of pick it. Go in there, play Championship, stop playing that Championship Manager, okay. Go in there, still used to do it, whoop. Yeah. So
Championship Manager ever mash up your computer?
No.
Because it blew my motherboard and it blew my laptop.
What kind of version did you have?
I think it was 05. Oh, might have been 05, I think, last time.
Yeah, Jesus, boy.
Man, that play that game, I think that's something wrong with you, though.
I'll stop playing
Because you cannot play the match.
No, you don't understand, bro.
You don't understand.
Yeah, come on. I think it's stupid. My brother will play it for hours, be like, fuck!
Yeah.
It's my team. It's my team, bro.
I used to cuss it as well, that game. Because
I'm going to the Prem, like, bro, you didn't do shit. You didn't do shit.
No, I used to cuss that game as well, but my friend, that same one that got me back into reading Star Wars books, he had that for, what was it, the 94-95 season, when AC Milan was the fire team. And I said, look, you can't, there's no plays on the screen, it's all it is a dot and the ball's going and the goal you scored. I said, it's rubbish, and even the sound effects. But then when he made it a thing between me and him, I got into it. I used to draw up right on paper what formation, the boss formation, 4-2-3-1, Christmas tree. I said, if I do this,
4-3-2-1. I know all of that.
And then I used to do the thing with at the time Marcello Lippi was at Juventus. I said, I'm gonna play the 3 in midfield, but with a holding man to stop his attacking midfielder. And when I won the treble that year, I said, you know what?
See, you don't understand football though, man. Because when you understand that game and you know, you think that's a serious game.
It's a serious game.
Another one in the bank, Kid and Chink Show. Like, comment, subscribe, man. Nah, subscribe. They're waiting to like it. Just subscribe, because we don't get monetized now. I need some paper, man. Know what I mean? Don't like it, don't comment, just subscribe, because all the comments and the likes are not adding up to the subscriptions. Subscribe.